I This is June 11th. I recorded something earlier in the morning, and when I listened to it, it was like Donald Duck speaking. What did he say? What did he say? So I started it again. Okay, this website was started on Friday the 13th May because I found the mainstream media convincing the the YouTube crowd that Secretary Clinton has won. So I wanted to know what made this sudden change. So I went to the greenpapers.com, read about these elections. This was the 13th. And then created a worksheet and looked at some charts, graphs, to see if anything has happened and what the story is. The story that I saw was both Sanders and Clinton were neck and neck. So you can decide, who is going to win with the delegates that are coming up. So, I quickly started to write this website. Over the weekend I got to a single page website, and now I have a big story to tell after my final analysis is done. So to see that, let's go to mypollingcenter.com, and click on the menu charts, and once there, let's go down to look at these first two charts. These first of all, these numbers that you see are not delegate numbers. The whole purpose of this website is to, at least so far, is to analyze how people responded to the campaigns. And if the elections, there are four kinds of different elections, and how these different elections, people voted in those, how they voted, who came and voted, and all that. So that way we can categorize the kind of people who voted, and also the kind of elections we had. Okay, so there are two main categories of elections, primary elections. One kind is called closed caucuses, which is restricted to party members, and there is another one called open caucuses. I'm not very clear on that, what makes it open. Is it any person can come and vote, or is it just the members of the party? I think it is only the members of the party. You got to go and read the greenpapers.com to come to a conclusive understanding of how that is done. Anyway, closed caucuses means strictly members of the party. Maybe delegates from local caucuses, and then you have open caucuses. My concern was to look at the numbers and see what story comes out of it. So I looked at the closed caucuses out of the four categories. Again, the categories are these: closed caucuses only for members, open caucuses again members, but in an expanded in some manner, and open primaries means secret ballot elections, which are very easy to understand. You go and you You vote with secretly, and you go home, and the ballots are counted. That is uh, mm, closed primaries, which means only the party members, or open primaries where anybody can come and vote like in a general election. So again, to recap it, closed caucuses, members only; open caucuses, expanded members of the party still; and uh, closed primaries where only the party members vote in a secret ballot, and uh, open primaries where anybody can come and vote in a secret ballot. So the difference between the two is, I guess, caucuses, uh, people, you see who's voting for whom, and the the data that I use for these analyses are not the delegates that were elected, but the people who voted for different delegates. That's the only way you can compare from one state to another. You know, what percentage voted for this person and what percentage voted for the other person in that state. Just take in the total of votes going for the two candidates, not for others, which are below 15%. You just take you add up the two, and then express them in percentages. So that's what I did. So when I looked at the closed caucuses, the graph that came out of was weird. So I last night I looked at it and I saw, oh, there is another thing that I can do, because we see that there are very large caucuses, very large numbers of voters voting in caucuses, and very small ones. So small ones I took 3,500 or less voting, and large ones 12,000 and more. This is how they, how I categorize them. Okay, I didn't leave anything out. These small ones in one place, big ones in another. So here you see, this is the small ones, 3,500 or less. This is ME. What is that? I can't remember what that is. NP. This is Guam. This is Virgin Islands. ME. I can't still make out what these are. But here are the regions underneath here. IS stands for islands, and mountain, and northeast. So anyway, these are small electorates. Only small numbers vote, and you see these are also numbers for Clinton. The numbers for Sanders would be just the opposite. Okay, you just take 44 and subtract that from 100, you get the number that voted for Sanders. So the graph would be flipped over. That's the only difference. So we are taking Clinton's votes. Okay, you see that clearly. This red line is what is called the trend line. So it shows the trend going from about 36 here all the way to 87. She's clearly the winner in these small caucuses. Okay, small closed caucuses, closed, strictly for members. Now then you have the large closed caucuses, again strictly for members, and they show an entirely different pattern. Iowa, Nevada, Colorado, Kansas, Hawaii, Alaska. I still am not sure what this ME stands for. Anyway, So these results are contrasting. These are, the same kind of election, but different places voted entirely differently, depending on how many people voted. Uh, with large numbers voted, she started from 50% and plummeted down to 20. Whereas when small groups voted, she clearly gained all the way up to 87%. So, surprising result, but we take that into account. Math is math. We are just looking at numbers, and this is what numbers are telling. So we go to the next category, which is open caucuses, which I don't know, how a caucus can be open, but read the green papers to get your information. But here is how those moved. It started from about 50 and went down all the way. This is like 20. This is like 20%. So Clinton loses as time goes by, as the campaigns are heard by more and more people. The party members, the insiders, the active members of the party, are now moving towards Sanders. Open caucuses and large close caucuses, both moving towards Sanders in a dramatic way, going like 80% going for Sanders. This is party insiders. Okay. So now we come to these close primaries. There again, close means party members, but these are secret ballot elections. So people come, they vote secretly, and next day they are counted. So here she starts at 60. We are only looking at this red line, okay? She starts at 60 and ends at about 48, just below 50. But, the last election showed she was above 50. So this means if the country had closed primaries, Clinton would have been the clear winner. Close primaries. That is only the party members, but active as well as not so active members. The entire membership voting. Now, that is closed primaries, right? Here is open primaries. We are only concerned with that red line, okay? That is the trend line. 60 beginning, ending just above 50. She is the clear winner. If all the people were allowed to select the candidate from the Democratic Party, they would say, we vote for Clinton over Sanders. So you people who are asking for secret ballot primaries, it doesn't matter whether it is the party or general public, Clinton wins clearly above 50%. Now, if it was only party members and they voted, strictly on the party active members. I don't know what is this open means, but then if it is the smaller inner core Democrats outside of DNC, which is entirely different story. This is the public out there, among them the active members. They would have voted overwhelmingly for Sanders. That's the story. So, conclusion is this: when if the party wants to, there's a clamor for the party to change this election system, especially from the Sanders side. So, if you had secret ballot primaries, no matter whether it is closed or open, Sanders would have lost. If they had this caucus type election, which is restricting to the party members, Sanders would have won handily. Towards the end, he was reaching 80%. So this is a small number. The small close caucuses is a very small number. They cannot impact much on this one. So the final analysis is this: if the party had secret ballot elections, what they call primaries, Clinton would have won. And if they had again close caucuses, Sanders would have won. Now again, there is another caveat here. That is, I'm talking about people voting directly, not through delegates. If they have voting directly in the way they select people who go to caucuses, Sanders would have won. If they had just a plain old democratic open primary, the secret ballot election, Clinton would have won. That is it. So the party cannot mix these two kinds, because they give entirely two different results. It would have been Sanders or Clinton decisively, one or the other. We would have had it. They should have only one kind. And also, the math says another story. You don't need delegates. The result, I have calculated, how the delegates come out. We have, in fact, there's a calculator on this website, called VoteMeter, and it gets the results, directly. If you put in the percentages in here, and you get the exact number of delegates that would have come out, even if you went through the convoluted way of selecting delegates in the Democratic Party. They have all sorts of things that they do, several steps. Go and read the greenpapers.com. But the final result is just simply in proportion to the percentage of votes that they got. So why have delegates? You can have the people directly vote and just tally them. Done. At the end of the last election, which is California, you have the winner. That's it. So the others, there is another story here, that looking at these charts, that people's opinion have changed, dramatically from February 1st till June. So that means, the campaigns were changing the minds of these people. So I don't know why you have to have elections while the campaigns are maturing. If you had the debates, if you had everybody known, well about the candidates, and then you have one sweep election, the entire country come and vote, we'll count the vote, and tomorrow you will know who won. Just select which way you want to select the voters. Do you want to select the voters the kind that close caucuses get, or do you want to select the voters the way the primaries get? That's it. Just decide on that and have direct vote, and you will have the same results without having to go through this. The acrimonious, it's shameful for America to do this. People trying to go outside democratic ways to manipulate results. The media getting involved, AP making announcements. This is ugly. You should not do that. Just have the people vote and have the election done. I mean, in one day you are done, but have the campaigns do the campaigning for a few months until people come to understand the candidates properly. Isn't that democracy? Why do you want to have all these complications? So that's what I want to tell you. I know some people are going to be very disappointed because if you ask for regular secret elections, Clinton is the clear winner. If you ask for party only, Sanders is the clear winner. That's it. So, have a good day. Thank you for listening. And I hope you think about this seriously and do whatever that you guys want to do with your party. All right? I'm just an independent computer guy. I'm just telling you what I see, and these. If you want the actual data that went into it, I back them up 100%. So call me and get the data. I'll give you the data, and you can put it on your spreadsheet and twist it any way you like. The results are these. This is mathematics, and it is very clear. Stories said, reform your system and select which way you want to do it, but get rid of these delegates. You don't need the delegates. Delegates also boil down to the same thing. So why do you need delegates? Let the people just vote, because delegates are, the horse and buggy days. You had to read the papers to see, how somewhere somebody voted. You don't have to do that. Today, around the world, in under 2 seconds, you get the website, that was created just a second ago. So why? So, and you have YouTube and all that. So we can decide these things instantaneously. But campaigning has to be done nicely so that people understand, get to know the candidates. So, okay, thank you very much. Goodbye.